Hey, my name's Jobby, and today we're talking about the Figma Ryuko Matoi.
You're alone in the rain.
Yeah, without her included stand, it's kind of hard to stand her up. And for those of you wondering what's Kill la Kill, I mean, what the heck is she wearing? Well, I'm gonna try my best to explain it to you. So what it is a very funny, very over-the-top animated series about a hobo in a talking fetish suit doing battle with a bushy-browed fascist and her army of super-powered high school students. Everyone gets naked and aliens or whatever. Now, if that doesn't sound like the best thing ever, it's cause it's not. I mean, it's pretty good, you know? So anyway, let's talk about the figure. Her paint and her sculpt are just the tits. The paint has a rich black color with a smooth finish, and a lot of clean red line work throughout the whole body. But there are some iffy spots like this red line not quite matching up with the sculpted line. And there's some little flecks of dust that got caught in the paint on her kamuis here. But these flaws aren't noticeable from far away. She's also got a great body. And I'm not talking about in a perverted way or anything.
Okay, maybe a little.
Depending on how the light hits the figure, you can start to see the really subtle detail that's sculpted in here. There's even bulging going on in the leg. I mean, this suit just looks really tight and really uncomfortable. Man, those people who cosplay as Ryuko, going out in public looking like this? They have some serious balls. I mean, really. They have balls. Oh, and she's got a great ass! But her eyes are up here. And her face looks awesome. Just look into her eyes. They're literally drawn on her face and they just look perfect. They even painted the shading that would happen under the top eyelid. This is some really good paint. And she really looks like an anime character without looking uncanny, if you know what I mean. And while I like this face a heck of a lot, I'm not a big fan of this expression. It just seems really out of character for Ryuko. I mean, she's supposed to be angry all the time, and there we go! Yes, Ryuko does in fact come with 3 interchangeable faces. And to change her face, you simply remove her bangs, and you take her, oh my god! And then you quickly put back on her face so it has to unsee that horror.
But it will never go away.
She's got a normal face, a hurt face, and a face. Angry face is my favorite face. And as for my least favorite face... Now I'm not saying this face is bad. Far from it. However, the whole gritted teeth and the blush makes me feel like she's either getting hurt or having a squirt. HOOAH! I mean, come on, I've already paid money for a half-naked anime girl. You don't gotta make it any creepier with this face. But it's always good to have the option. She's also got these sword scissors. You got a normal scissor blade and an unfolded scissor blade. Decapitation mode, as it's called in the show. That's fucking metal! Also, this thing is long! And both swords are shit! Very sharp. So how's she supposed to hold it? By changing the hands. You dumbass. So, in addition to her fists, she has 4 pairs of hands. She's got grabby hands with a tight grip, grabby hands with a loose grip, jazz hands, and gouging out hands. Oh my god! She also comes with the sandwich bag to put all your stuff in. And be careful with these hands because they're tiny as shit. You know what else is shit? Her posability. The opposite of it. I'm saying it's really good. Damn, I'm fucking up. The head is on a swivel. And the neck is connected to a ball joint here, so you can get a lot of movement out of the head. She can also look down a whole lot, and not that far up. Yeah, I wish she could look up a lot more. I mean, that's what the show was about. Looking up and yelling a lot! And you can also extend her neck so she can look over her shoulder things. These shoulder things are incredibly loose and floppy. And that's because they're both connected by a rubber peg. Now, I don't recommend you do this, but I have to show you what I mean. When I first got her out of the box, this part was actually ripped. And that's totally not my fault, not at all. I've since fixed it with super glue. But those rubber pegs do have a function. They allow some clearance for the arm to move forward. And the arm can also rotate a full 3... Okay, don't do that. And in addition to those rubber pegs, there are other parts of the body made out of this flexible material, such as this rubber back piece here, which allows the arm to fold up. And the suspenders and skirt are also flexible. So back to the arm. It can swivel here, swivel here, swivel here, and a bend at the elbow. And her wrists are really articulated, but kind of tricky to get the hang of. So the wrist can rotate at this point, move side to side, and if you rotate the wrist at this point, you can move it up and down. But the tricky part is rotating this part and this part independently of each other. I mean, I've got the hang of it, but why is it so hard to bend her wrist up, Figma? So, going to her tatas, her babushkas, her Zimbabwe's, her tits. She has a lot of rotation, can crunch, and can bend back. And moving down the figure. Now please don't misinterpret this. Oh god. I'm trying to show you the articulate. You see that? See that on there? It's a ball joint. You can move it. You get a lot of articulation that way. And let me close up her legs before I end up on any FBI watch lists. She was 18, officer, I swear. So she's got a swivel here.
A swivel here.
Swivel here. And a bend at the knee. And the ankles have the same problem as the wrists. I mean, to pivot her ankle is convoluted. You gotta bend it up, pivot it, and then bend it back down. And god damn it, Figma! But thank you overall for the lovely figures. Don't sue me for slander! Oh yeah, did I mention that this figure is really small? Just a little over 5 inches, in fact. Here she is next to Voyager Class Evasion Mode Optimus Prime, SH Monster Arts Godzilla. Here she is next to my dog. And another tiny lady in a sailor outfit, the high-grade Nobel Gundam from G Gundam. As you can see, they're working in perfect scale together. So while she looks great and poses great, she's just underwhelmingly tiny, especially for her price. Around $50 in Hobby Link Japan. And that's the cheapest I could find her. But despite the size, she's a hell of a figure. And this is my first Figma figure, and I gotta say, I'm sold on the line. I'm aware that they're releasing a Satsuki figure next year, and I'm hyped for that. So I'd say pick her up if you're a fan of Kill la Kill and you can afford it. Or if you're a creep. So if you like this video, why don't you check out my unboxing of this figure? And if you want more fast-paced and funny toy reviews, subscribe. So I'll see you next week.